Hello everybody and welcome to the Bristol Motor Speedway for the 24th race of our NR 2003 season. As this is one of the most chaotic races of the season, the Bristol Night Race. We'll see who comes out on top. Kurt Busch, Matt Kenseth on the front row. We are green and underway here in Bristol. Kurt Busch trying to get that first win at Bristol at a track not in California. Matt Kenseth, of course, trying to advance to the playoffs. Currently your regular season points leader, running in second, doing what he needs to do to try to find his way into that final playoff spot right now. Because if he doesn't win, winning the regular season championship is the only way he can get into the playoffs. But Kurt Busch, though, leading quickly here in these early laps, driving away from Matt Kenseth's number 17 and Ryan Newman's number 12 as Kurt Busch looks to bring home a win pretty comfortably here as he attempts to charge up back into the championship contention, get win number 2 of this season if he can, as he leads on lap number 3 as we go on through the corner behind us. A little bit of contact. Michael Waltrip, Mike Wallace, and around goes the 09. Mike Wallace gets turned around by Michael Waltrip, and the caution will come out for the first time tonight in Bristol. At the back of the pack, a little bit of contact. Mike Wallace gets sent around, and that will cost him in this race. Michael Waltrip sends him. There he goes. Mikey goes by and continues on. Right at the front, we have 3 wide banging doors here with Kenny Wallace and Mark Martin. And the 0 of Leffler gets shoved in the fence. He saves it, but Leffler's got put in the fence by Kenny Wallace. But Kurt Busch still leading here early in Bristol. Now on to coming to the last lap of stage number 1 is now Ryan Newman, who is taking the lead, looking to get a stage win and continue to add to his points total this season. As he's saying, once again, a very strong sophomore season. Last lap of the stage and looking to get another playoff point to stage win. Of course, behind him, Jimmy Johnson runs in second, having himself a good day when he needs to try to get some points, get closer and closer to that cut line. But he pretty much has to win. He's got to win at this point, so those points don't matter. But Ryan Newman wins stage 1 here in Bristol, followed by the Jimmy Johnson in the 48. That's going to be Jimmy Spencer. And then Kurt Busch in the 97, Tony Stewart in the 20, McMurray, Johnny Benson, Sterling Marlin, Mark Martin, Joe Nemechek, and Ricky Rudd, the top 10. Your stage 1 winner is Ryan Newman here in Bristol. Now the restart to begin stage 2 on lap 48. Newman leads Johnson, Busch, and Stewart, the top 4. As Newman tries to get the lead, but he's going to shove nearly 4 wide. Robbie Gordon, Jimmy Spencer, Jimmy Johnson, 3 wide down the backstretch for the lead. Getting really tight racing here at Bristol. This is absurd. Here comes the 7 of Spencer through the middle. Newman gets squeezed. Jeff Burton on the inside making some passes. Jeremy Mayfield as well. Some aggressive racing going on so far. Here over the wall goes Steve Park, Kurt Busch, Jamie McMurray, Nemechek goes around. They're crashing, a lot of big stack up, a lot of contact behind us, and the caution comes out once again here at Bristol. In the corner, McMurray hooks Steve Park, takes out Kurt Busch, one of the dominant cars of the day, led a good chunk of stage 1 before, of course, now gets sent into that outside wall. Significant contact derails Kurt's hopes of winning this race, but he'll still be in the race, have a chance. At least the damage isn't too bad, but he's still damaged significantly. Park, big hit. Nemechek piled in. He got sent around. Then Jarrett, a lot of guys are stacking up back here. I think as well, one car got sent all the way to the inside wall. I believe that was the 41 of Casey Mears, who got sent all the way down to that inside wall. And Rusty Wallace gets turned by Dale Jr. The 2 and the 8 go around. Rusty and Earnhardt both get correct here as we rebound all the ways back here to see what happened. We're actually going to get a quick peek at Jimmy Spencer's view, that 41 machine, as he was the one who got sent here all the way to the inside wall. We're going to get a replay here as he gets clipped by Joe Nemechek and just drives into that inside wall. Then he comes right back up into Ward Burton, who gets sent to the outside wall. He hits it, but he saves it, continues going on the right direction. Now we look at the 2 of Rusty Wallace and Dale Jr. What happens here? Jr. just turns Rusty as they were running out of room, and Kenny Wallace gets hit and collected as well. So 3 more cars piled in, and already the race is starting to look like a WRECKFEST. There goes Casey Mears under caution. Got turned by Kenny Schrader. Newman in the lead over Dave Blaney. Now a couple laps later, Tony Raines is now leading here on lap number 58 at Bristol. Behind us, there's cars stacking up trying to avoid. Someone's out of the corner. Yeah, George got trouble. That is Matt Kenseth and Dale Earnhardt Jr. have crashed. Smoke pouring out the hood of the 17. Kenseth, your regular season points leader, fighting for the regular season title, cannot afford to crash. He only had 5 points above Michael Waltrip. Coming into this race right here, Terry Labonte gets turned by Jamie McMurray and Steve Park. They slam the wall hard, both Park and Terry. Then Junior just clips Terry Labonte. He spins down the racetrack And that's where Matt Kenseth piles into him after Stewart gets by. Mears, I think he's going to tap Junior just a little bit. Sends him right down to Matt Kenseth, who sends him right back into Terry Labonte. And that is what happened. So we're getting an angle of here. Of course, see Dale Jr. just got turned by Kenseth there into Terry Labonte. And that's going to, as Matt Kenseth and Dale Jr. are both going to be out of this race. And, of course, that's going to hurt Matt Kenseth tremendously, as he has to hope Michael Waltrip's next car out, or else Matt Kenseth's going to lose his spot in the playoffs because he's going to lose the regular season points lead to Michael Waltrip here at Bristol. Of course, I mean, look at the hit. When Kenseth goes boom, he slams into Dale Jr. And Matt Kenseth got a strong day going. That is over, and Kenseth's hopes of making the playoffs have dwindled significantly. Your defending champion on the ropes here in Bristol in Stage 2 with Tony Raines, an unsponsored car, leading. Now Joe Nemechek and Johnny Benson leads back to the green. Nemechek a lap down, but Benson is the leader. Junior Kenseth, of course, both out in 39th and 40th. We got a lot of lap cars, 3 wide. Racing out the pack, cars on the wall. There was Mark Martin, Jimmy Johnson around. Cars going everywhere behind us. It's a big stack of Bobby Labonte getting hit there. He's going up in the air. The back bumper lifted up by Jeff Burton. And another big pile up here in Bristol. Looks like Jimmy Johnson got turned in the wall, clipped Mark Martin, turned him around. They went right back in front of the pack. Collected McMurray and a lot of other cars here. Let's get replays. They were nearly 4 wide. Mark Martin hooks Jimmy Johnson off of Bill Elliott. They go crashing hard the outside wall. Mark goes around. Kenny Wallace gets wiped out back there. Then Ward Burton gets slammed. You see Bobby Labonte piling up here. Kenny Wallace is getting drilled by a bunch of cars. I believe Robbie Gordon is also involved in this incident. As you see, it was the A3 of Kenny Wallace gets slammed by Craven the inside wall. He comes right back up, wipes out Robbie Gordon. Ryan Newman narrowly makes it through. Tony Raines gets a piece of it. He slams into the door of Kenny Wallace, but continues on in the right direction. As back at the front of the field is Johnny Benson leading at Bristol, as he has many times in the past here in these simulations. Now, lap number 70 is Benson still leading. Jamie McMurray now out of the race in 36th place, leaving us with 35 cars to race it out here. Benson leading second place. Back to Elliott Souther. Harvey Meisel, there's trouble. Here goes Ricky Rudd and Top 9. They are around down the back stretch, and the caution will come out for a small 2-car incident here at Bristol. And back at the front, it'll still be Johnny Benson in the lead. Benson leading on lap 71 over Elliott Sadler. The 38th Elliott Sadler now taking the lead away from Johnny Benson. Sadler now leading at Bristol, trying to win his way into the playoffs for the first time. Jeff Gordon in second, Benson third, Kevin Harvick in fourth, having once again another good day today. That 29 car been very strong lately, running at the front, leading laps, being contention behind us. Though a lot of cars in the apron. There must have been something that's going on. Indeed, a huge incident. Ryan Newman and Casey Mears, lots of damage in this crash here into turn 3 and 4. A big incident has gone down here, and Ryan Newman was upside down. Newman was launched up and over by the 09 of Mike Wallace. As we get a replay here down the backstretch, see what happens as Newman hits Casey Mears. Casey Mears goes right up to Ryan Newman hard on the outside wall. They collect Derek Cope, and then in comes the 09, actually the 4 of Skinner, and then the 09 of Mike Wallace. That puts Ryan Newman upside down. He rolls on his lid, and Newman done for the day here in Bristol after leading laps and winning stage 1. Had a really good run, going to cost him his hopes at winning the regular season title, as he was still up there, but he's really getting a miracle now. Now Kevin Harvick is leading on lap 101. Come to the last lap of stage 2. Harvick and Jimmy Spencer running 1-2 here in Bristol. Spencer trying to get a legacy run here. Last lap of stage 2. Here comes the 7 of Jimmy Spencer on the back bumper of Kevin Harvick, trying to take the lead in the stage win away, but Harvick wants that playoff point for when we get to the playoffs. He'll need every single one of them if he wants to make it to the championship 4 and have a shot at winning the title in Homestead. As back to the line, Kevin Harvick will hold off Jimmy Spencer and win stage 2 here at Bristol. It'll be third place Craven. Then it will be Stewart, Benson, Raines, Sadler, Kurt Busch, Michael Waltrip, and Derek Cope, the top 10 here at Bristol tonight. Now Tony Raines can lead us back to green with 93 laps to go in the race over Michael Waltrip and Dave Blaney. Here late at the very end of this race here, Mikey getting clipped by Dave Blaney, getting turned into the inside wall goes Michael Waltrip. He will get dumped by the 77 of Dave Blaney and slammed by the 54 Top 9. Big problems. Bobby Labonte, Joe Nemechek, Kenny Wallace, significant damage sustained. Now, the whole second part of this incident looks like up there against the outside wall, Kyle Petty and Joe Nemechek had significant contact. As you see here, Nemechek got turned by Kyle Petty into 3-4 hard in the outside wall. Harvick, Spencer, Stewart narrowly get by him. Boom, Bobby Labonte head-on hit. He's done for the day. Kenny Wallace slams in. He's done for the night. Biffle gets collected. A lot of damage from a lot of good cars here at Bristol. The chaos continues as a typical Bristol WRECKFEST as we've seen here in the NR2003. That may change next season's schedule. Now, later in the race, Jimmy Spencer still leading Kevin Harvick, who's got a big run catcher right up to the back bumper of the 7 Spencer. Here comes Harvick going for the lead at Bristol. Can he find a way around Jimmy Spencer? As a caution is out, a big pile up. Jeff Burton up and over. Jerry Nadeau, Elliott Sadler, Kyle Petty, and Mike Skinner all involved in this massive incident here in Bristol. As Nadeau got turned the outside wall, Skinner got collected, Sadler gets turned in by Dave Blaney right into Jeff Burton, who gets turned the outside wall, and then Kyle Petty slams Jeff Burton, launches him upside down. And what seems to be just an inevitable continuance of crash after crash after crash after crash here at Bristol. You see there is 3 wide. Nadeau just gets clipped there by Skinner. Turn on the outside wall. Derek Cope gets some damage. Elliott Sadler gets turned off of Dave Blaney. Jeff Burton nowhere to go. Slammed to the outside wall right when Kyle Petty piles in and flips him upside down. So tough day for some guys below the cut line. Nadeau, Sadler, Jeff Burton, Skinner, Kyle Petty. Lots of crashes here at Bristol. An absolute wreck fest, and that's probably going to lead us to one of those wild races where you never know who's going to come out on top in victory lane. At the moment is Jimmy Spencer leading over Tony Stewart, now caught on lap 123. We're down to 25 cars in this race, and behind us, cars are going everywhere. There was Sterling Marlin into Rusty Wallace. Behind us are crashing big. Marlin, Rusty Wallace, and Schrader go spinning to the inside wall, bringing out the caution again here in Bristol. See the 49 Schrader just turns Sterling Marlin right up into Rusty Wallace. Head-on hit on the inside wall for Ken Schrader. They both get wiped out. Those guys are done for the day. More problems. Michael Waltrip, Dave Blaney, Biffle piles in, Mayfield, Sadler, a whole ton of cars. I believe Derek Cope and Tony Raines were also in it. A big hit here. Dave Blaney outside wall with Mikey. Then, of course, Cope and Raines go around. Biffle, Mayfield, Sadler get collected. A lot of guys. Rusty Rudd, a ton of cars pile into this. At least there's barely anybody left in the race to compete for this dang win. And now Tony Raines is leading with just 2 laps to go at Bristol. The rookie and a part-time schedule looking for his first ever Winston Cup Series victory in an unsponsored Chevrolet in his rookie season, which certainly turned heads of Raines holds on to win this race over Tony Stewart. White flag, final lap, so I could have went back at Bristol for Tony Raines. Looking to pull off an unbelievable upset here at Bristol. He won't get into the playoffs though, because he's only part-time. He's ineligible to do so, but through 3 and 4 for the final time, Tony Raines with the upset win in Bristol. Your runner-up will be Tony Stewart. Kevin Harvick comes home 3rd. Jimmy Spencer will come home in 4th. Running out your top 5 will be the 37 of Derek Cope. What a finish for Cope. Then it'll be Michael Waltrip in 6th, Nadeau, Kurt Busch, Robbie Gordon, and Ricky Craven in the top 10 tonight in Bristol, as Tony Raines gets his first ever win in a wild WRECKFEST at Bristol. See the race results on the left side of your screen, the long list of DNFs, and you'll see the updated playoff grid momentarily. Now here's the updated playoff grid. Matt Kenseth is now below the cut lines. He has lost that regular season championship lead, which puts Kenny Wallace in as our 16th winners. Of course, we have 17 winners, but Tony Raines ineligible from only running a part-time schedule. This year was not granted a playoff waiver, but currently Jeff Green says 21 over Kenny Wallace. If Matt Kenseth or a new winner happens to win in the next couple of races at Darlington and Richmond, the final 2 races of the regular season, and Kenseth is only 27 behind Michael Waltrip for the regular season championship, so Kenseth needs to search for those points to get in if he cannot win a race. So it'll be a very interesting scene these next 2 races to decide our playoff field of 16 at Darlington and at Richmond. So until next episode for the Southern 500 at Darlington, I hope you all have a good one.